What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm very excited to talk to you guys about all of the new makeup releases. A couple of disclaimers really quickly. One, I did not record this eye look. I just used a couple of palettes that I talked about on Friday's video. So I used the NARS Climax eyeshadow palette, and I just used this one green that's the only matte in my crease, and then on my lid and inner corner I used my ROEN quad, and I just used these two shades right here. I wanted just to give you guys the vibes if you were interested when I was saying kind of these are my current vibes. Very easy, very simple but cute eye look. So these are the vibes that I'm feeling, just so that you guys know. Two, I am recording this Thursday night. Like I said in a couple of videos now, I am actually on a staycation away from his house this weekend, and I just wanted to go ahead and record this video now in a place that I knew the lighting, I knew everything, I could control some elements, and then I will edit and upload all of this stuff this weekend. So if I don't talk about something that was sneak peeked and shown Friday, Saturday, and of course also Sunday, that is why. But I still think that we have quite a bit to talk about, and I am just still excited. So hopefully you guys are still rocking with me this week. Next week we will go right back to kind of waiting last minute to film these videos per usual. So I typically like to talk about in the beginning of these videos any beauty products that I received the past week, and I did go to Ulta now for 2 days. I did pick up in store for 2 of the days for the 21 Days of Beauty, and then also today I had some time to kind of mosey around a little bit, and I did pick up a couple of different items. As of right now, I am planning very loosely to do kind of an overall vlog of my experience and kind of the things that I picked up for the 21 Days of Beauty. So I'm not going to go super into detail, but I did pick up some things on the first day for the 5 times and 10 times the points, and then I did pick up some things a couple of days ago when lashes were 50% off or something, because you guys know I love my Lily Miami lashes. These are pretty much my favorite style, band, anything and everything that you can think of. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys those overall glossary of like the things that I picked up. I will hopefully dive into it in that video as long as I can get the idea to actually come out as good as I want. So that's all I feel like talking about today, and I think that's all I really need to talk about today. So what I'm gonna do is scoot over really quickly. I'm gonna pull up my Instagram app, and then we will go ahead and dive right on in. Okay, so I feel like a lot of things have been like showcased, and one thing that we've gotten some more information about, and we've also started to see some swatches of the individual shades, is from Glaminatrix and their Glamorous Palette. They're going to be showing us the full kit and caboodle very soon, but like I said, they've been showing us some swatches of various shades so far, and I will try to do like a collage of the shades here on the screen. They all look really pretty, but I'm only one of those people, I need to see the whole thing together, because different shades can look really pretty, but if the layout and the range of shades just don't look right for me, then they're just not right for me. So I'm excited, I'm intrigued. When we find the full kit and caboodle and we see the whole thing, then I'll talk to you guys about it again, and hopefully then I can let you guys know if I'm going to be picking her up or not. Next, from Tarte. So many people have been up in arms for this palette. This is their Man Eater After Dark eyeshadow palette. There are 24 new shades, 11 mattes, 9 shimmers, and 4 sheens with a warm neutral gold copper berry tones. It is $52, so do keep that in mind. I think this is a very pretty palette and very off-brand for Tarte in the best possible way. That said, I don't think this is something for me. I definitely did do a double take. I definitely did think about it. I really did. But I just did a video showing you guys all of the palettes that I have recently picked up and kind of found the time to review and all of that. And there are so many, not that I forgot, but that I just want to play more with. I just want to enjoy the products that I already have. And this doesn't seem like something that, like, if I get in my hands, I'm going to really want to dive in more than these products. So for me right now, I'm gonna go ahead and pass, but this wouldn't be something that like I can see myself never picking up. But right now I'm definitely gonna say I'm good on this. So very similarly, Wayne Goss has come out with his Amber Luxury Eye Palette. And I think this is cute, but this is just not enough for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm very much into the neutral, kind of more subtler eye looks, and just kind of doing a little bit more natural beauty, if you know what I mean. And so I think I could get into a Wayne Goss palette. There's just not been the perfect palette for me. The kind of camelier shade, I wish there was more yellow in there. The peachier shade, I wish it was a little bit more peachy, you know. The red looks fine, the shimmer looks fine, that bronzy, I guess, shimmery shade looks decent, and the white looks decent. I just wish those two shades were a little bit more enhanced. Now granted, when people start showing this on their channel and I'm seeing it on their faces and stuff, if these shades are actually what I was expecting and maybe it's just this picture, then hey, I could see me picking this up. I love really shopping Beautylish exclusively during their gift card events. That's really when I buy from Beautylish. So I could definitely see me putting this in my cart. So it's definitely not a done deal that I won't pick it up. Just right now I'm good. And it should already be available at Beautylish, so I will definitely have that link down below. Blend Bunny Cosmetics has come out with a highlighter palette, and let me see if they've shown the inside now. It's a 6-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's definitely like these glittery, colorful highlighters. I think this is very, very pretty, and I'm sure it's gonna blend in. It kind of reminds me of the KVD highlighter formula that people really enjoyed until Kat Von D did what she did. And I still have one of the highlighters actually depotted, and that's technically in my project pan right now. So this looks like it could be a very good quality. I just don't get any use out of such colorful highlighters, and then also a lot of face palettes anymore. I really just don't. I really gravitate towards single pans that I can just pick up, pack, or do whatever I need to do. So this looks really pretty, but that's definitely not going to be the first thing that I pick up from the brand. I definitely am going to pick up an eyeshadow palette. I just haven't done it to date. Danessa Myricks is now coming out and has shown her latest Lightwork palette. This looks really pretty, I must say, but I was hoping it was going to be smaller. I just don't want a big palette. I really don't. Not for this type of product, and the fact that it's all one formulation pretty much. I'm sure there are creams. Yeah, so there are 8 velvet chromes, 2 pressed chrome flakes, 2 glass metallics, and 2 aqua chromes. So all of those are just various names for a shimmery metallic formulation, right? So there are no mattes in here, and as you guys saw in my roundup, I really will kind of knock a palette down because it's only one formulation. It really has to tick so many more boxes for me not to knock it down, and this is just, I know it's not going to tick those boxes. So this is definitely going to be a pass for me. We're also starting to see quite a bit of Halloween makeup. Very excited for that. And first thing I saw was the NYX Face and Body Paints, and there also was a star stamp. I really have always wanted to try these, and I never really got them last year. I'm not convinced I will get them this year, if we're being honest, but I think this is a solid product and I would love to try it. Maybe not even only for like Halloween face makeup, but also just like, I could see these as cheek products, eye bases, all of that. And I know a couple of people who have oily eyelids have tried them for eye bases and have enjoyed them. So I'm very intrigued to maybe pick up 1 or 2 to try it out. I don't think this was available in my local Ulta, but then again, I didn't check the NYX section, so if it was, that was on me really. But it is available at least on their website, so very intrigued. Let me know if you've tried the previous rendition, because I believe the previous collection was for Pride Month, and it was all like very bright toned shadows. So like I suspected last week, we've now seen the Shroud Cosmetics collaboration, and it is with Batty Bean. I am so excited. One, that they continue to do yet another collaboration, but that this brand, who honestly was super small and very well known in like a niche demographic is now getting so much popularity and recognition, and for that even Batty Bean is getting that as well. So very, very excited to see all of that stuff. And this color scheme looks so pretty, so pretty. I understand everything. It's going to be mine. It's going to be mine. So this launches next week on September 6th at 9 a.m. or 9 a.m. PST or 12 p.m. EST. And there's also going to be a full restock of their whole shop as well. And they've already said that they will continue to restock this as the demand grows. And they already have the full kind of first stock in the warehouse or whatever, and they're going to ship it immediately. And then the second stock is already being created. I'm very hopeful that it will not sell out as quickly as it did last time. I remember I was so hurt because last time I had the palette in my cart, and then it sold out while it was in my cart, and I was heated. So I'm gonna hope I can pick this up. I might be busy. I really need to check my calendar and all that jazz, but I'm gonna try my absolute best to pick this up at 12 p.m. I do remember that there was a slight delay if not able to get the product early. So if this is something that you're interested in, I'm telling you guys, be on that website so that you can refresh, add to cart, purchase, and go. I might actually honestly pick up a couple other palettes that I was interested in and just do one big order. So we'll see what happens, but I'm very, very excited for this product. And let me see if it says the price. Okay, so as of right now, I still don't know the price, but they are going to have pins and stuff very similar to how they did last year. So let me know if you're interested in this collaboration again, all that jazz. I would love to hear from you all. Next, Too Faced is now showing us their holiday collection, and of course they're doing this box packaging. What I will say before I really get into the packaging and the products is that last year they did show us that they could actually do a very good formulation in this type of packaging and product. So I am intrigued in that sense, and I believe last year was the year I actually bought one of these kits and broke it down for a couple of really close friends. And they all seemed to really enjoy the palette that I picked specifically for them because I knew what they liked and I knew their skin tone. So certain palettes went to certain people. So I will just put that out there. Okay, so it looks like there's one big Christmas Bake Shop palette. I don't think I would be interested in that personally, and I don't think any of my friends would want that type of thing because it just looks like a lot. They also have a small tin packaging one, which is Secret Santa. That's a cute color, but you know, I'm not really pressed over that. What I am interested in, okay, there are 3 smaller palettes, okay, and the 3 small palettes have different tones. So one is neutral, one is cooler toned, and the other one I guess is slightly warmer tone. The neutral one that has the gingerbreads, if those palettes are sold separately, they're not sold separately. You have to buy the Christmas Bake Shop collection for $54 to get all 3 of those products, and then you can get the other 2 separately. Okay, so that's definitely not going to be something that I pick up. I do have friends that may like the other 2, but I have a different thing in mind for Christmas gifts for my friends this year, so I'm gonna pass on that, which is disappointing, but it's all good. Taylor Swift is apparently collaborating with Rare Beauty, so that'll be interesting. Apparently her latest album comes out on October 21st, and so maybe there will be like a lip souffle to go along with that. I never did try that formulation from Rare Beauty, but I do know Taylor Swift is very well known to only really rock a red lip. I don't really wear red lipsticks. I think I finally let that ghost go, and I think I've decluttered all of them, if not like maybe kept 1 or 2, which I'm sure by the end of this year will be goodbye in my collection. So this is not going to be something that I pick up, but maybe I will finally take the time to try the souffle formulation. Unearthly Cosmetics looks to be doing a collaboration with Cheapo Gray. That's her name on her Instagram, and she looks to be like an Instagram creator and a self-taught makeup artist, which is dope. Her looks are beautiful, and because of her style, this palette makes complete sense. I understand it, and I love the cover. I love it all. I really do. I love the columns and how it all is a very cohesive color scheme, and you can really create a full look just going down the columns or kind of mix and matching with your rows. I think it's really, really pretty. I don't think it's going to be something that I pick up though. I really don't. The only row that I am like dying for is really the green and yellow row. So I think this is going to be another one that I pass. So we're learning more about the latest release that's going to be coming from Haus Labs, and so they're coming out with 2 products in this release. They're coming out with a bio blurring talc free loose setting powder, which is $38, and there's going to be 5 shades. There are skincare ingredients infused in this powder, and it's supposed to blur imperfections, smooth skin, and optimize makeup. They're also coming out with the foundation that we talked about a little while ago, which is their Trioclone Skin Tech Medium Coverage Foundation with fermented arnica, and this is $45. It is skincare infused long wearing foundation that delivers buildable medium coverage with a naturally luminescent finish, and there are 51 ultra fluid shades. So I'd be intrigued to try it mainly because of the huge shade range, and I would love to kind of see if I can get a shade. And I know for some people, like, having a shade twin is really helpful, and I don't really have a lot of popular foundations other than, like, I just got the LYS. I think that's super popular, and maybe one other that I just got that's kind of popular. But I don't think that, like, for somebody who is like trying to shade match themselves based on me, the LYS is enough. You know what I mean? I'm always somebody who is in groups of 3. If you can find 3 products or 3 whatever and connect the dots, then you know for sure, because one could be bad, one could be good, but the third one kind of is the deal breaker. So for me, I'm interested. I don't really know. Let me know down below if this is something that you would love to see me review. It is coming out September 8th, so we still have a little bit more time to see if this is something that you guys would really be interested in. I know a lot of people watched my previous Haus Labs video. I don't know if they came to my channel and stayed. I really don't, but if you did come and that is a brand that you genuinely want to see me review, genuinely let me know. I will see what I can do. Yeah, so this is something that I wanted to point out because I never really thought to think about it. So if you're somebody who loves points, loves getting rewards and kind of money back, Beauty Deals BFF created a guide. Basically, because Ulta is now in Target stores, what you can do during the 21 days of beauty is actually purchase your 21 days of beauty products through Target, and you get not only Ulta rewards but also Target rewards as well. I think that is genius. I'm trying to put together when the perfect storm of things come about. The fact how I get a decent discount on my Target orders, my CVS orders, things like that. I've been like kind of sharing my wisdom with friends and coworkers, and it seems like a lot of people really don't do what I do. It's not rocket science, but it's a unique thing that I typically do. Regardless though, this is something that I didn't think about, and I think I might try it maybe in the next day that I really want to order. Now, one fun fact is that my Target looks to be putting in an Ulta. They have been drastically changing where things are, and it looks like they've created like the shorter shelves that I've seen kind of shown on social media for places that actually have an Ulta in their Target. So I'm extremely excited because then that would mean I would have a Sephora in my Kohl's and then an Ulta in my Target, and both locations are in the same shopping center, which is not very far from my house. So very exciting news, and I hope this is helpful for anybody who maybe is like me and loves to kind of rack up their rewards and their points to use when they shouldn't be shopping but they want to shop. Essence is doing another collaboration kind of with Catrice where they highlight Sister Love Villains 20 2022. And first of all, Essence and Catrice are European based brands, so they may not even, this collection may not even be available in the US yet. I don't believe it is, but I still thought it was interesting because it came across my timeline. I don't see anything particularly to me that is groundbreaking, exciting enough for me to try it. And I find generally that because Essence is a European based brand, a lot of European based brands that are not specifically person of color owned don't work for me. They don't. And especially when you add on the fact that this is also a drugstore brand. So for me, I'm not going to play myself. There's also nothing in here that I see that is super attractive. Things are cute and, you know, it would be nice to see them, but there's nothing that I'm like, can't live without. So I definitely am going to go ahead and pass. Another Halloween collection that we have seen now is from Profusion. And so it looks like they have an enchanted forest vibe or kind of theme. They have some palettes, some singles, a whole bunch of stuff. And I think for me, this is all going to be an easy pass. Once again, I like Halloween themed makeup, but I don't need that type of Halloween theme. I want a palette that brings unique colors together. I want a unique lipstick that I actually enjoy, that maybe has a yellow undertone to it, even maybe a yellow lipstick. I mean, let's go crazy, you know? So for me, easy pass, but in case you were interested. It looks like Essence is also coming out with, exclusively for them, a Pumpkins Pretty Please collection. So this collection looks a little bit better curated, especially for me personally, but also it just looks better. So they have a 9-pan Pumpkin Pretty Please eyeshadow palette. They have a lipstick, maybe a lip gloss, a lip oil, and a lip liner, and then they also have 2 nail polishes. All of this collection is all relatively cheap, and it is launching in Europe soon. They don't know if it's going to launch anywhere else. Honestly, this would be a collection that for me, for first, I would actually pick up this whole collection. It looks really nice. I love the nail polish shades, and you guys know I love those types of shades. So this would be really interesting to see if I could get my grubby paws on it. And it's not super expensive, which is something that I am always about, especially right now. Would you guys be interested? Let me know. So Caladios is coming out with something new. I don't know, guys. I don't know. They're coming out with something new. It looks like it's gonna be a whole kit and caboodle again, but all we know right now is that it's the Night of Creation collection. So I don't really know what that means. I don't know. There looks to be some multi-chrome eye products from what I can see. I don't really see any eyeshadows. I think these are just going to be like a multi-chrome liquid eyeshadow product, because that's really the one thing that is shown on every person's eye that I just watched in this video, which if that is the case, this is going to be an easy pass for me, which I'll be very happy about, okay? Because I have difficulty not supporting Caladios because I do enjoy their formula, but they have been notoriously bad for showcasing their products on darker skinned individuals. But if I do remember, and I'm kind of watching it again, I think they had a darker individual in this video. Yeah, I believe they did. So that's encouraging to see that at least they're stepping up with their promotional material, and hopefully then they will continue to step up when it comes to who they're actually sending their PR to. Tower 28 is coming out with a mascara, and this is the Make Waves mascara. Apparently took them 3 years and 88 revisions to come out with this safe for sensitive eyes, powerful results. It is launching on the 7th of September, and it will be available on all of its distributors or websites, and it's only available for $20, which is not that expensive in the grand schemes when it comes to a high-end mascara. Bobbi Brown is doing a collaboration with Toki Doki. I don't know who this is. I probably should, but I have absolutely no idea. There's an eyeshadow palette, a highlighter, blusher, lipsticks, and a face base and oil, cleansing oil. all kind of repackaged, other than I think the eyeshadow palette might be new. No, easy pass for me personally. I would love to hear if this is something for you, if you know who this IP is. I don't know what that is. So Tatcha is coming out with some new products. They have formulated to awaken the senses and calm the mind. So one is a body wash, one is a body milk, and one is a body oil. I feel like this is their first step into body care, which is really interesting. I know Tatcha is really well known for their skincare, so this doesn't seem like a huge leap, and I definitely think this is a good step for them. Everything doesn't seem too expensive, and you can get the whole trio for $99. I think for me right now, I'm gonna stick with my little drugstore products. I feel like my skin has never been better when I've actually paid attention to it. So for me right now, I'm gonna pass, but I would love to hear if you are interested. I almost screamed when I saw this. Why? Because Hourglass is coming out with not one, not two, but 3 different palettes, and they look like potentially they could work on 3 different skin tones. Potentially. I'm not positive, but in this Tiger one, there's an orange blush. The Butterfly has 2 maroon type shades. I don't really care about those. And the other one, no. The Tiger one, I want that Tiger one. And these are generally extremely expensive. I want to say like $80, $90. But I want her. And as long as I see some promotional footage of it on a darker skin model, it shall be mine. It shall be mine. I don't plan to buy a lot of holiday products, and as you can see, I am Xing and nixing a lot of things, so I will have my mind set to pick that up. So Hempz is also showcasing that they have a whole bunch of new scents available. And did I show Hempz in my last video? I did, right? I did. I don't distinctly remember if I showed picking up a product, but I do have a Hempz hand wash actually, or a lotion, a hand something, and it's in my bathroom, and it actually is the apple cinnamon, I think. Hold on, let me get it. I haven't even actually smelled it. I literally just unpacked it and put it away. So give me a second, let me see. Okay, so I was right. I do have the apple cinnamon one. I picked it up during some, ooh, this smells good. I picked it up during some like promotion for Ulta Beauty, and I was running low-ish on soap. I've been going through my hand soaps, and like that's been a nice little luxury in my bathroom, and I saw this and I thought this could like get me into the fall season, and this smells really good. This is enriched with hemp seed oil, so I'm sure it will kind of moisturize my hands a lot better than maybe even the Bath and Body Works, because don't get me wrong, the ones that I get are decent, but they still dry out my hands. Okay, so anyways, they are showcasing that they have body moisturizers. They also have hand washes and room mist, and in this particular scent, their room mist, they have a room mist and a hand wash, and this is what I got, and then also a body moisturizer, so like a soap or a lotion, and then they also have some lip products. I'm interested. This smells really good. I don't know if I would want the pumpkin spice vanilla chai, but this, it smells good. It smells really good. So I'm actually intrigued by that, and maybe I will kind of peruse this section a little bit stronger, because I did see a stand at my Ulta, but I just knew I had this and I just kind of walked past it. So some more skincare coming, and this is the brand that my friend was telling me about. This is Sierra Skincare. Wow, okay, so the first launch is going to be a cleanser, brightening pads, brightening serum, eye revitalizer, and a radiant moisturizer. All relatively decent pricing, from $28 to $62, and it's going to be available on the site September 15th. And for me, I don't mind when a celebrity does something outside of their area, if you will. And yes, Sierra is known for her dancing and her singing, and kudos, girl, because you got me through the 90s. Okay, you did, and the 2000s. But I never knew and kind of associated with Sierra with skincare. I associated her with dancing and singing. So for me, you want to create another brand? Fine, stick with that. Create shoes that are perfect for dancing. I don't know. Create headphones with Dr. Dre because you're into, like, that's what makes sense. And it really is a testament to the American consumerist mindset and ideology, really, that so many people who already make so much money to their name are just racking on with things that don't make any sense. And also anyways, for me, this is an easy pass. I would love to hear if you are interested in picking it up nonetheless. Milani has come out with a Conceal and Perfect Face Lift collection. So there are liquid highlighters, liquid contours, and under eye brighteners. So like color correctors type situation. That's interesting. I actually thought these were concealers, but clearly they are not. I wonder how the highlighters look. They look pretty basic. There's no real interesting colors. The contours, I think this is going to be an easy pass for me, but I would love to hear if this is something that you are going to be interested in picking up. Briogeo is coming back with their hair mask, and it looks like it's coming back for the holidays. So this is going to be their Honey Bear Don't Despair Repair Apple Honey Deep Conditioning hair mask, and apparently this is the last time that it's coming back. So it's supposed to help decrease breakage and make hair softer, boost moisture of dry damaged hair up to 88% after 2 uses. And I do enjoy Briogeo. Are they my favorite? Honestly, they're up there, but I don't know if they're my favorite. I want to say Creole Essence is probably my favorite hair care range right now. I've just been loving everything that I pick up from the brand, but I might go ahead and pick this up, maybe pick up 1 or 2. Let's see. After shampooing, massage the mask into hair mid shaft to ends, apply evenly, leave on for at least 10 minutes, then rinse. Use once a week. I don't know. Did you get this before? Did you enjoy it? Let me know. That would be helpful for me, especially if you have 4C hair as well and your hair is damaged and breaks off quite often. So some more skincare. Kapari is coming out with the new AHA toner, and Glow Recipe is coming out with the new Brighten Eye Gel Cream. These are easy passes for me. Once again, these are pretty mid to high range brands coming out with skincare, and I am sticking purely in the drugstore when it comes to skincare. So I'm gonna skip on these. A collaboration between Morphe 2 and Maggie Ziegler is coming up. I don't even know who that is. I believe isn't she a TikTok person? Or is she the one that the parents own the hotel? I don't know, but it's available today, so it's available when I upload this video. I would love to hear if you were excited, and I'm sure you guys know who she is because you've Googled it. I'm sure I will have Googled it by the time I upload this too. Who knows? Apparently there's going to be a collaboration between One Size and Disney, and that'll be interesting because since this brand has come out, I feel like a lot of people have really loved the products and said that the products are solid. So I'll be intrigued to see if they can keep that solid formulation and products overall when they do such a big collaboration. Also, I feel like the brand has kept a very, I wouldn't say serious aesthetic, but a very clean kind of professional aesthetic, and I would love to see how they bring Disney into that world. This appears to be available September 6th on their website, and of course on Sephora's website. By the time that's available, it would have already by the time I do another video, that would have already passed, but of course I will let you guys know if I pick that up. And then the last thing I tabbed to talk to you guys about tonight is the fact that Mera is coming out with a couple of new palettes. once again, every time I talk about this brand, I want to say that they are a fast makeup brand just by the amount of releases that I see coming at once, but also how consistently these products are coming out. That said, it looks like they have what? A neutral brown eyeshadow palette. So who knows if I break. There are a couple other palettes. I know I talked about the BH Cosmetics one last week. They still haven't come to Ulta, so I'm just waiting patiently for that. I know months and months ago now, Caladios came out with their neutral toned quad that was brownie tones that I still dream about. But I'm holding my guns just because of the fact that they did not show an inclusive campaign, which was very disappointing, along with their PR was not very inclusive either. So we'll see. I do really want a brown neutral toned eyeshadow palette. I would love to just keep it in my top drawer and really just reach for that every day. And although I have browns here, and although I do have browns that are neutral undertone, I don't have a palette that I can just go to, create my look and leave, you know? I have to kind of mix and match and kind of figure it out. So we'll see what happens. I don't really know if I'm going to just break down and buy from the BH Cosmetics website, because it's been about a week now and it still has not come to Ulta, so I don't know if and when it's going to actually transition to Ulta, but I would love to pick that up. I really would. And maybe I'll try and watch some of the videos, because I know Karen has gotten her video up. I don't know if anybody else has, but I would love to see what she says, whether the quality is still good or not. So that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully on the screen, in the videos, in the pictures and all that jazz, I will give you guys the most up-to-date information. So even if I'm saying something that doesn't look associated with what's on the screen, pay attention to what's on the screen, because I'm filming this so early. If I see some updates on some of these products that I'm talking about, I will just put her on the screen and kind of talk to you guys a little bit more about it next week. So I hope you guys are okay with this. I'm sorry, but I just will need a little bit of downtime, and yeah, I'm hopeful that it'll give me the refresh that I need to make my new start a successful one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will probably see you guys on maybe Monday. I might finesse doing it Monday, if not definitely Wednesday. Let's put it in the universe. We're gonna put it in the universe that I'm gonna be able to see you guys on Monday and talk to you guys, and maybe start to get back up to the amount of uploads that I was doing, because I do enjoy doing my YouTube, guys. I do. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.